If you do not have the money to invest in a book cover designer, you're a beginner in the self-publishing space, and you want to learn how to design a good quality book cover on Canva, this video is just for you. Let's get started. To do your research, all you have to do is go onto Amazon. Why? Because you need to know what's out there. What are actual professional book cover designers doing? And you are going to learn and see some patterns. For instance, you see every single book cover has a background, a title, some have subtitles, a tagline, maybe even a quote or a review, and the author name. For example, this one on Jordan Peterson, there are no images, it's just text. Here, there's text and one image, text and someone's face, text, and now you see, now there's a picture here and an icon here. So all you have to find out for yourself is what type of book, what do you want your book cover to look like, and what niche are you going into? Let's go ahead and go to a children's niche. Emotional intelligence for kids. When we go under the emotional intelligence for kids, you're going to see a variety of things. Many of you like to create activity books for children. If you ever consider maybe creating a book that's longer in length and there's actual content within the book, you can look into doing something like this. There are workbooks, and you see it's very simple. For example, let's just click on this design. Okay, this is Emotional Intelligence for Kids workbook. So you have the title right here. Let's go ahead and click on that further. Let's just analyze this for a moment. You have the title here. Then you have the subtitle over here. You have the ages on this side. And then you have just a little circle with what basically the book has. And this is very common in children's books where they put 100 pages of, 100 coloring pages. Here it says plus 40 fun exercises, activities, and project ideas. So it's very simple. All you have to do is just study what other people are doing in their book covers. You have the title, you have the subtitle, the ages, and then you have these icons in the bottom. So all you have to do, I will never ever advise for you to copy what other people are doing, but definitely go ahead and study what others are doing and what's working for them, because that's how we learn. Now that we did a little bit of research, let's get to the fun part, which is the designing process. Let's head on over to Canva. Now for a sip of my coffee, just to get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to create the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click on create a design. We're going to scroll down where it says custom size, and we are going to choose a 5x8, which I already have here. For this book cover, the first thing we're going to choose is we're going to decide on the background. Now, it all depends how you want to go about it. Sometimes I choose the background first. Sometimes I just choose the font first. It all depends on how I'm feeling and how inspired I am by the topic. Let's say we're going to do a children's mindfulness workbook, right? Let me go ahead and choose the text first. By clicking on heading, I'm going to write mindfulness for children. Okay, and we're going to do that. Mindfulness for children. Perfect. We're going to choose a subtitle, and we're going to click on subheading, and let's just write any subtitle. How a guide to helping children be present in the moment. It could be anything you'd like. I'm just doing this on real time, so try to make it the best that I can. Okay, now perfect. We have the title and the subtitle. Now the next thing is we're going to add the author name. So let's go ahead and I'm going to put my name, Mendoza. Perfect. Now we can add maybe let's say more text, and we are going to put here, let's say it's 100 activity pages. Okay. And trust me, we're going to work on the font in just a moment. Okay. So so far we have the title, we have the subtitle, we have some extra content here, 100 activity pages, and then we have the author name. So far, so good. Now let's go ahead and start working on the background. Before I add color or anything to this background, I'm going to go to Elements, okay? I'm going to search for children. Let's see what we can find. Children mindfulness. Let's see if we can find some inspiration. Okay, let's see. I'm going to click on See All under Graphics. And let me just go ahead and go down. Be kind to your mind. I kind of like this. This is what I start doing, guys. This is one of the things that I start doing. I'm going to teach you a few, but this is one of them. So I grab an icon that I like, okay? Let's say I love this icon. Do you see how automatically we have the colors up top? Okay, now look what happens. I'm going to click on the background. Then I'm going to click on this color. It says background color. Let me click on it. And automatically the same colors that we have here on this icon, those are the same colors that we have here. Why? Because we want to have a color scheme to our book cover. Now, let's say, for example, this is a tip. Let's say you don't want to use that icon, right? And let's say you want to find a fun, colorful color scheme for this background, but you have no idea what to do. I'm going to show you exactly what to do. We're going to search for colorful, kid-friendly color schemes. Okay. I'm going to click on search. And now let me click on images. And you're going to start seeing different color schemes. And look how cool this is. Let's say I actually like this one right here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to click on it. Okay. Just going to click on it. I'm going to do this as simple as I can so that you can do this too. Do you see the image to the right? Perfect. We're going to right click and we're going to copy the image. Now we go back to the Mindfulness for Children workbook and we're going to make sure we paste it here. And then let's say I want to use these colors, right? Okay, great, for the background. So now I'm going to click on background color. And guess what? Those colors are here. So now we can use this color scheme for the background. That's one thing that you can do. Let me just move this out of the way for now. Let's put it right here. But now let's go ahead and choose an image, okay? And I switch this around all the time because I'm like, there's so many things that we can do. So I always like to switch it around, play around with it. And I always create at least 3 different book covers and see which one I end up liking the most. Guys, I am so picky sometimes. I tell you. Let me see. And you could leave it as white. As a matter of fact, you could leave the back cover as white. And then we can add, let's see the shapes. I'm going to go down. Let me add this. Whoa, too big. Then we can put it here on the top. Let me minimize that. Remember, you got to stick to that color scheme. It needs to look great. And what makes a book cover look amazing, okay, what makes a book cover look amazing is that all the colors need to flow. They need to make sense. See, now it's extracting the colors from this image right here. So we can do that, or I can even do the yellow. Let's say we came up with this, and this is your first book cover. If you do not know what you're doing in the beginning, I would say keep it as simple as you can. This right here is simple. It looks nice. I would actually buy a book cover that looks like this. By the way, if you want me to produce a step-by-step tutorial on a specific video, a personalized step-by-step tutorial just for you for the book that you are trying to create, go ahead and check out my Stan store where you can actually book a step-by-step tutorial that I can create for you based on your request and your needs. Check it out, and back to the video. We're going to use the colors here. So we can use the green. And then for the darker color, we can use a red. And then for this one, we could use the actual yellow that's there. And this is just an idea, guys. You don't have to do it exactly like this. I mean, there's other ways that you can do this. But just for the sake of this example, we are going, let's do the blue. And here, let me do the blue. I didn't do the blue. All right. We do something like that. We can even extend it here. Let's try another book cover. Let's say this book cover is for teens. Let's say it's a teen book. We can do some speech bubbles. And then we could do something like this. We could talk about like socializing. Okay, let's go like this. Maybe flip it. Okay. You see, sometimes I'm inspired to just use different things, and sometimes it just depends. Oh, I like these. Maybe we could use one of these, and maybe there's something like this. Okay. And then maybe we could do something like social skills. All right, let me put this here. Let me change that. Let me use Bobby Jones, something like this. Okay, social skills. Social skills for teen and tween girls. All right, so we're going to do this. Let me just, that spacing is awful. So let's go ahead and move that. Let me click on that. All right, perfect. And now we can do something like this. And then let me just bring this up a little bit more. Social skills for tweens. And then there you go. And now let me just add a subheading. How to make friends. How to make friends every day. How to make friends every day. Something like that. Let's see, that's the subtitle. So we're going to go to this one. Okay, let's say we want to put this here. We could put it there. Or we can do something like this. How to make friends every day. Let's move this out of the way a little bit. And we have to minimize this then. How to make friends every day. Let's expand it like this. And then we're going to add the author name, Maritza. And then let's do that. Soft. Yeah, let me go back. Perfect. All right, we can do something like this. Let me see if we can add any other elements. Let me make this bigger. How to make friends every day. And then we could put here something like the ultimate social skills guide. Or we could put something like a guide to a simple guide. Okay, perfect. We can do something like this. Or we can even do it like this. Let me just make sure the spacing is driving me insane. All right, great. That's better. Spacing. Perfect. All right, let's see if we can add anything else. Let's see. Let me go to the elements again. Let's see what we can add. Maybe we can add some girl, school, I don't know, something like that. Or, okay, girl, friends. Let me see this one. And then this color, I can change it to white. We could do something like that. Cancel. Right. So it could stand out. And that is another book cover. Very simple. But then I want to, let me try it with this one. So then you could play around with it and maybe do something like this. And then grab just the words, duplicate it, bring it down and see what looks better for you. And then let's grab this and then bring it down. You see? And then maybe you can even change the font. This is how I play around with this stuff. This is how I do it, just to gain some ideas. You could do it like this. For tween girls. What am I doing? And then you could just build on that. Social skills. And then you can change the colors, guys. Here the colors are black, but you can always change it to another color. Something fun like pink. Social skills, they have like mugs and stuff. So maybe we can find something like this icon right here. Best friends. Something like that. And then maybe we can use, and then let me just get my author name, duplicate it, bring it down, bring it here, leave it there, and then maybe just minimize those words. Okay. Let's bring it here, bring it here. Spacing is important. Something like that, and maybe even some flowers. Flowers. can add some flowers to this. Something like, let's say, for example, something like this. And this is just ideas, guys. You can make this 10 times better. Something like that. Just play around with it. And then let me go back. Would be something like this. Let me show you. Let me add something like this. Okay, let me change the color so that it matches that. You see? Okay, perfect. And then we can add some text in there. Let me just duplicate it. We're gonna minimize this. And then we could say a guide to building friendships. And then we're gonna just expand this. Let me just, a guide to building friendships. And then we can just make it white. And then this color, we're gonna change it to this so that everything is seamless. And guys, we just built another book cover right here. And then you can also frame it. For example, add another one. And we're going to use, for example, let's use this on the top, right? And then we're going to duplicate this. Okay, we're going to duplicate it. We're going to bring it to the bottom. Just make it bigger. You can even do something like this. Let me grab that. Okay, perfect. You can make it bigger. Like here, you can make your, if that's something that you would like to do, you can do that too. And then let me change the colors to this. Let's say it's going to be a purple design. We're going to add purple, and then we can add, let's say, this color. We're going to bring this down, but guess what we're going to do? We're going to minimize this, and we're going to add a different color combination. We can even do a yellow. Let me see. I don't like that purple. Let's do this. That looks fine. So we'll use the color scheme will be purple, yellow, and pink. And now we're going to do something like friends holding hands. And then we're going to perhaps do something like kind of like this. Something like this. We're going to bring it down. And then we're going to remove the position to the back. Okay. Let me just minimize this. And then we're going to add a title. The Art of Making Friends. It's white, so let's change that to purple. Let's change it to purple. Remember, everything needs to look seamless. The Art of Making Friends. The Art of Making Friends. Let me see. All right, this could be the title. And then let me just change the spacing. Okay, I love to do this, guys. I really do. Now we're going to just choose a subtitle. And we're going to put how to choose your friends wisely. Okay. How to choose your friends wisely. Let me change that font. And we could change it to something like this. And then we could change it to bold and maybe incorporate the purple there. Perfect. And then we can add maybe here, since we have the phone and we have, you know, people like connection. They're connecting. We can do maybe like emojis. Let's do some emojis. We could do something like this. Okay, we can even put it off the, we could put it either on here or off. It's really up to you what you'd like to, you know, produce. We could do something like this. Or like this. And then we have this one. Okay, let's see. And then you could just play around with it, see where you like it best. Maybe you don't like it there. We could do something like this. And then we bring that here. And then boom, we have. And then let's use, this one's cute. All right. Oh no. Let's get this. Oh my God. Are you serious? Okay. Now let me just use this one there. Just like that. Expand this one. All right. So we did something like this. Let me duplicate this part and put it here in the top. Change the color. Make it white. And now we could do something. Let me make it smaller and be because everyone needs a friend. Something like that. Let's say it's a quote or something. You can add a quote or maybe like a review or something like that. And we can maybe, let me change the font to something like this. And then maybe italics. Can I do that with this font? Let me do the Alice one. And wait a second. Let me remove the bold. Don't like the bold. Because everyone needs a friend. So guys, this is another book cover that we just came up with right now. Just on real time. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and start designing. The more book covers you design, the better you're going to become. Go ahead and leave me your comment. I love to hear from you guys, and I will see you on the next video.